In the theatre of human struggle, Brad Stratford, who fell in the bleak November of 2023, becomes a character not merely in the narrative of a modern conflict, but in the grand tapestry of humanity's ceaseless endeavour against the forces of tyranny and authoritarianism. His journey to the embattled streets of Ukraine was not an escapade of a mere soldier of fortune. It was a deliberate stride into the annals of those who fight not for the aggrandizement of empires, but for the preservation of the dignity of the oppressed. Stratford's story, etched into the sombre fabric of our contemporary world, reflects a poignant understanding of the cost of freedom, a price willingly paid by those who believe in the sanctity of self-determination. In the ruins of Avdiivka, where he met his untimely demise, his actions resonate with the same fervour that once inspired the levellers and diggers of the English Civil War. These were not mere insurgents. They were visionaries who sought to upend an established order that privileged birthright over merit, divine right over common good. As we ponder the life of Brad Stratford, let us consider the philosophical implications of his sacrifice. Here was a man who, in the spirit of Locke's social contract, understood that governance, at its core, must be a manifestation of the collective will, not the whims of the autocrat. His stand in Ukraine echoes the fundamental human quest that Paine so eloquently championed. The quest for a world where rights are not granted by the grace of monarchs or dictators, but are inherent and inalienable. In the relentless artillery barrages and the unforgiving winters of Eastern Europe, Stratford's story is interwoven with the timeless struggle against the resurgence of a tyranny reminiscent of the past. His presence in Ukraine was not a mere footnote in a local conflict, but a chapter in the ongoing narrative of humanity's resistance against the spectre of totalitarianism. Like the dissidents who dared to speak truth to power, his life and death serve as a beacon to all who value the liberties so hard won over centuries of human endeavour. In honouring Brad Stratford, let us not fall into the trap of simplistic eulogies that serve only to sanctify war. Instead, let us acknowledge the complexity and the profound tragedy of his sacrifice. For in every soldier's death we are reminded of the perennial conflict between the ideals of a just society and the harsh realities of a world still grappling with the shadows of despotism. Brad Stratford's memory should thus not be enshrined in mere sepulchral silence, but should resonate as a clarion call for continued vigilance and action against the resurgence of tyranny in all its forms. In remembering him, we remember all those who have, throughout history, laid down their lives not for glory, not for conquest, but for the preservation of the fundamental human ethos of freedom and justice.